You've probably heard it 100 times lately. Mexico used to be cheap, but now it's expensive. And I'm here to tell you that's only half true. Because there are two Mexicos. There's the Mexico of Tulum and Cabo and the trendy Mexico City neighborhoods, where a coffee costs what it does in California and rent has tripled. And then there's the real Mexico, where millions of locals and smart expats live incredibly well for a fraction of that. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on the real cost of living in Mexico in 2026, category by category, with the tourist price and the real price side by side. And by the end, you'll see the dream is very much alive, if you know where to look. And I get why people are confused. Every video you see is filmed in the same 3 or 4 places, the ones blowing up on Instagram, where prices really have gone insane. But Mexico is enormous, 32 states, hundreds of cities, and the vast majority of it never made it onto a travel influencer's grid. That's where the value hides. So forget what you think you know, and let me show you what a real month actually costs. Let me set the ground rules, because this is where most videos lie to you. We are not basing these numbers on a resort in Tulum or a penthouse in Condesa. We're basing them on the Mexico where people actually live. Safe, beautiful, affordable cities like Mérida, Guadalajara, Oaxaca, and Querétaro. This is a comfortable, genuinely good life, not a survival budget. And for every category, I'll show you the tourist trap price and the real local price, so you see exactly how big the gap is. These are real 2026 estimates, and prices move, so always double check for your city. Let's start where the biggest lie is told. Rent. This is where the two Mexicos are furthest apart. In the tourist zones, a one-bedroom near the beach in Tulum or Playa del Carmen can run $1,200, $1,500, even $1,800 a month, priced in dollars, for foreigners. And people pay it because they don't know any better. Now here's the real Mexico. In a beautiful colonial city like Mérida, a bright, furnished one-bedroom in a safe, central neighborhood runs around $400 to $600 a month. And that's not a compromise. We're talking high ceilings, a courtyard, maybe a shared pool, tile floors, and colonial charm you simply can't buy back home. Go a little bigger, $500 to $700, and you're in a modern apartment with a gym and a rooftop. Sign a longer lease and pay in pesos like a local, and it drops further. Tourist price, up to $1,800. Real price, around $550. Same country, wildly different world. One category in, and the gap is already staggering. And location inside the city matters. In Mérida, the historic centro puts you among pastel colonial houses and cathedrals, walkable and full of life. Neighborhoods like Santiago and Garcia Generes are leafy, quiet, and full of expats and young families. Or go north, toward the modern side, and you'll find brand new apartment towers with pools and gyms for a fraction of US prices. And here's a bonus. Mérida is one of the safest cities in all of the Americas, so you get big city amenities with small town peace of mind. Food, and this is Mexico's superpower. The tourist price, a sit-down dinner for 2 at a trendy spot in Tulum or Roma Norte, easily $80 to $100 with drinks. The real price, a comida corrida, the local set lunch of soup, a main, rice, and a drink, is $3 to $5. Street tacos are well under $1 each. A huge bag of fresh produce from the local market is a few dollars. And this is some of the best food on the planet. Real tacos al pastor, tamales, mole, fresh seafood on the coast, all for pocket change if you eat where locals eat. Cook a little, eat out often at local spots, and your entire month of food lands around $200 to $250. Eat every meal in tourist restaurants, and you'll spend that in 4 days. We'll budget $230 and eat like royalty doing it. And in the Yucatan, the food is its own reason to move. This is the land of cochinita pibil, slow-roasted pork that falls apart on the tortilla. Sopa de lima, panuchos, salbutes, and marquesitas from a street cart for $1. On Sundays, the whole city comes alive with Mérida and Domingo. Food stalls, live music, and dancing in the plaza, most of it completely free. You could eat like a king here for a month and still spend less than one fancy dinner back home. Quick one, we're only 2 categories in, and the real Mexico already looks incredible. If this is the kind of honest breakdown you want more of, hit that subscribe button, it really helps. Now, let's talk about getting around. Transport. The tourist price is renting a car or taking resort taxis that charge whatever they want, $20, $30 a ride. The real price? You barely need to spend anything. Most Mexican cities have cheap, frequent buses and colectivos, shared vans, for well under $1 a ride. And the game changer is ride apps. Uber and Didi work in most cities, and a private air-conditioned car across town is usually $2 to $4. No car, no insurance, no gas, no parking stress. Realistically, a whole month of getting around, without owning a car, lands between $40 and $70. We'll budget $50. Compare that to a car payment back home, and you feel the difference immediately. Healthcare, and this one genuinely changes lives. Mexico is one of the biggest medical tourism destinations in the world. Americans literally cross the border for dental work and procedures because the quality is excellent and the price is a fraction. A visit to a good private doctor, often US trained, is $25 to $40. Walk in, no waiting weeks. A dental cleaning, around the same. Most medications are cheap and over the counter. For bigger peace of mind, private health insurance runs roughly $40 to $80 a month, depending on your age and coverage. Or many people simply pay out of pocket because it's so affordable. We'll set aside $60 as a health buffer. And the care itself is modern, personal, and fast. For a lot of people, healthcare alone is the reason they never move back. And let me be specific, because this surprises people. Mérida has some of the best private hospitals in the country, with US-trained specialists and modern equipment. A full set of blood work might cost $40. A crown at the dentist, a couple hundred, versus thousands back home. People literally fly in for surgery and a recovery vacation and still save money. When healthcare stops being a source of fear and bills, it completely changes how you live. All right, we're past halfway, and the real Mexico is crushing the tourist myth. If you're finding this useful, drop a like. It tells the algorithm to show this to more people who need it. Now for the fun part, the fun money. And in Mexico, this is where life gets rich. A 1-hour massage, $15 to $25. Live music with mezcal in a plaza, a few dollars. A month of gym membership, $25 to $40. Swimming in a natural cenote, a few dollars. And the festivals, the culture, the plazas, the sunsets, so much of the best of Mexico is completely free. Here's the secret. In Mexico, the things that feel like special treats back home, eating out, live music, a weekend by the sea, become your everyday normal. Budget $80 to $120 a month for going out, and you are genuinely living well. We'll pencil in $100. And notice, none of this feels like sacrifice. It feels like finally living, and this is where Mérida quietly wins. Within an hour, you're swimming in a crystal-clear cenote, hidden in the jungle, something people pay thousands to experience on vacation. There are old Henequen haciendas turned into restaurants, flamingos on the coast, and a live, walkable culture where something is always happening. The entertainment here isn't a screen, it's a life. And most of the best of it costs almost nothing. Let me paint a real day, not a tourist day. You wake in your colonial apartment, walk to a local cafe for a real Mexican coffee and pan dulce, a couple of dollars. You work from a co-working space or a cafe with solid Wi-Fi. Lunch is a comida corrida around the corner, $4, and it's incredible. In the evening, you meet friends in the plaza as the church bells ring, grab tacos from a stand everyone swears by, and maybe a mezcal or two. You walk home under string lights, having spent, on a completely normal day, maybe $12 to $15 total. That's the real Mexico, and it costs a fraction of what the postcards would have you believe. Now the practical question. How do you actually stay? This matters because the rules are shifting. For years, tourists got a simple 180-day entry. But in 2026, border officers have more discretion, and you can no longer count on always getting the full 6 months. For living here properly, the real path is the temporary resident visa. It's aimed at people who can show a certain level of savings or monthly income, and it lets you live in Mexico legally for up to 4 years, leading to permanent residency. There's no classic digital nomad visa, but temporary residency is the well-worn route thousands take every year. And the most important thing I can say, immigration rules change often, so always check the latest official requirements at a Mexican consulate before you make any plans. And here's the perk that makes Mexico unbeatable: your weekends. This is one of the most diverse countries on Earth. From a base like Mérida, you're a short drive from world-famous Mayan ruins, pink lakes, and cenotes you'll dream about. Cheap domestic flights connect colonial gems like Oaxaca and San Miguel de Allende, beach towns, and Mexico City. A weekend at the beach, in the mountains, or exploring ancient pyramids can cost less than a single night out back home. Set aside even $50 to $70 a month for adventures, and you'll see more of the world in a year than most people do in a decade. We'll add $60 for travel. And now, let's add up the real, honest number. And your weekends in the Yucatan are absurd. Chichen Itza, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, a short drive away. The pink lakes of Las Coloradas. The magical colonial town of Valladolid. The laid-back beach island of Holbox. The beaches of Progreso, 30 minutes from the city. Most people save for years to see these places once. Living in Mérida, they become your ordinary Saturday. Let me put this in perspective. Back home, most people are drowning. Rent that eats a third of the paycheck, a car payment, insurance, health premiums that still leave you with bills, groceries climbing every month. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month just to stay in place, stressed and tired. In the real Mexico, a comfortable, rich, do-what-you-want life costs a fraction of that. And the difference isn't just money, it's sunshine, culture, community, and time. Now, I promise the truth, so let's talk about the catch, because Mexico is not a fairy tale. First, safety varies enormously by region. Most expat cities like Mérida are statistically very safe, safer than many US cities, but you need to research your specific area and use common sense. Second, you can't drink the tap water in most places, so you'll rely on big water jugs, which locals do too. Third, the bureaucracy can be slow, and things run on Mexican time, a feature once you relax into it, but a frustration if you fight it. And finally, prices in the trendy hotspots really have shot up, so the magic is in choosing the real Mexico, not chasing the Instagram version of it. Get those right, and this country gives back more than almost anywhere. So now, with the honest picture in front of us, let's total it up. So here is the real cost of living in Mexico in 2026. Rent, around $550. Food, $230. Transport, $50. Healthcare, $60. Fun, $100. Weekend travel, $60. That's a comfortable, genuinely wonderful life for roughly $1,000 to $1,200 a month, all in. Could you spend less? Absolutely. Locals live on much less. Could you spend more in Tulum? Easily double or triple. But the point is this: the real Mexico was never expensive. You were just being shown the tourist menu. A colonial apartment, incredible food, real healthcare, rich culture, and weekends in paradise for around $1,000 a month. That's not a fantasy, and it's not tourist brochure nonsense. It's the real Mexico, the one millions of people quietly call home. The only question is whether you're ready to stop paying tourist prices for your own life. If you want the full guide on exactly how to make the move, it's on screen right now. Go watch it. And subscribe, because every week we break down another place where you can live your best life for less. So don't let a few overpriced Instagram hotspots convince you the dream is dead. The real Mexico, the safe, beautiful, affordable one that millions of people actually live in, is very much alive in 2026. You just have to be willing to look past the tourist menu and choose the life instead of the postcard.